Ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist. And her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vannas. Be coolin' out in the whip, but I done dared every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Spieth at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in America.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Watson. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they?
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Anzalone leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Watson. He'll rifle this one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Now a handoff looking right. Evades the tackler and now some space. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On second down, Kamara. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll drop to throw. And Josh Hill has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. He'll look to throw. Out to his left. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Back to throw here. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Set! Green, 39! Green, 39! Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Now back to throw. That's complete to Meredith. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they'll go on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Richmond!
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Target!
On 1st down, Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Richmond!
Watson off play action. Looking left sideline, incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Black 99, feel it.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Black 99, feel it.
Watson looks to throw again. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him for a loss of about 3. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Reset, reset, reset. 2-jet. 2-jet.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Black 22. Black 22. Black 99, feel it. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Watson now looking to throw on 2nd down. Caught left side Hopkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Tiger, tiger, tiger.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Everyone come
Throwing again is Watson. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Texans on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Michael Pruitt in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Kamara. And now running right through it. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets them a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands. He's able to pick up the first down.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They'll drop to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And Hill with it over the middle. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Now, let's go. 56. Green, 39. Green.
They'll look to throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dylan Cole, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 18. After the interception, here's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, get a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Watson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Set. Black 22. Black 22. Reset. Come back.
To throw is Watson. To throw again. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The Texans on 3rd down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. To the air yet again. Watson. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a return will stop right around the 25.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And got his man complete. 20, 10, 5, and all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 67 yards. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Well, now they'll try the end around. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead, it just brings up 4th down. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fuller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Watson now to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. He'll drop to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Back to throw here. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense.
See what I did there?
He needs better protection, that's for sure. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down near the 5. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And it's a touchdown. A try here for the extra point. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, you got three down.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And it's no good. Lutz pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Houston, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.